We are here at the University of Nebraska East Campus. This is our Indigenous Youth Food Sovereignty Program. It's Saturday morning. Our students come in and work the gardens. They're learning how to grow their own food, to reconnect these young Indigenous people with their traditional relationship with our grandmother Earth. In Lakota, my tribe, we call her Nshimaka. You know, the health aspect is really important to get these young people to start what we call indigenizing their diets, providing natural and healthy food for their families as well. It's very peaceful out here. The young people get away from the city.
They are all beginning gardeners. So we are on a huge learning curve of figuring out how to be in relationship with the earth, how to plant things, how to improve the soil. Like, oh, okay, we're gonna plant cover crops, not because it helps us, but because it will help next year's students.
So what are you doing out here today?
So today I'm out here harvesting with my sisters. We got cherry tomatoes, some okra, some sage to make tea, tomatillos for green salsa.
We're striving to learn a lot of new things about our homelands and essentially just connecting back to our second mother.
This whole program made me feel very welcome. It made me feel like I had people like me. And I learned that hard work pays off, and this program can help a lot of people and bring people together.
We are making sure that we take care of this earth. If we take care of her, our grandmother, then she'll take care of us.
At Partnership for a Healthy Lincoln, we coordinate a team of AmeriCorps members that go out to sites and lead healthy after-school wellness clubs. ECEs are early childhood education sites. We start our farm-to-school efforts by providing a monthly taste test with a locally grown produce and indoor and outdoor gardening clubs with materials, newsletters, and stickers that go along with that produce that they do each month, and then have them expand that at home and try it in a different way that it was prepared at the site. The response from the kids is they like getting a sticker that says, "I tried," whatever produce that is. Sometimes the kids will have like a smile on their face after trying it, or sometimes the kids will be like, like maybe I'll try that next time.
On a whim, we put the garden at the front of the building so that when parents are coming to pick children up, they can stop in the garden with their kids. And it's worked really well. It puts the children in touch with produce that they might not ever taste.
I love that we have a pollinator garden where we can have bugs and bees and vegetables and flowers and the whole 9 yards. I have a cucumber, I have some okra, and some radishes.
We brought in some earthworms for the kids to observe and talked about what worms do for the soil. And today the kids were really fascinated by the seeds inside the okra. Like, there's just lots of lessons happening here. How things grow, cycle of life, nature, just, wow, there's a roly-poly, there's a bug, there's a worm, there's a bee, and the bee isn't going to hurt you. What is the bee doing? That kind of things.
They have such joy and everything's new to them and exciting, and they like to learn.
I am cutting up some watermelon for my friends at the table. It's a good experience. It can be quite messy, but it's a good experience so then they can learn how to experience new foods or try new foods that they haven't tried before, and also seeing how it's either cut up or where it's brought from.
We started with 2 sites, Educare being one of them, and expanded to 5. And really what we found was there was a couple of problems that were a little bit bigger than our time and funding would allow for. And so that's where the USDA Farm to School grant came in. With this grant, we're hoping to address those barriers so that we can scale and sustain this program so that it works for ECE sites as well as for producers. It's definitely a collaborative effort. We're really just trying to bring resources together so that sites know that they have support and that there are things already developed. They don't have to reinvent the wheel.
We're at Litchfield, Nebraska, which is kind of central in Nebraska. We're a garden center, and we also work with the students. We raise vegetables for some local schools. Their goal was to work with students to teach them how food is produced and how it can get into their school cafeterias.
I am the Litchfield Public Schools food director. We serve about 120 kids per day. That ranges from pre-K all the way to 12th grade. Trotters does a greenhouse, and the produce that they get from the greenhouse comes to us, which saves us quite a bit of money. And it all goes on the salad bar for our kids, which our kids love very much. We don't have much of it left by the end of the day because they do take a lot of it. A lot of the things that they have picked and done, and they're eating. They get excited when we're like, hey, those are the carrots that you guys grew.
We brought our students down here to the Trotter Garden Center today to harvest radishes. We regularly bring them down throughout the school year, especially in the fall, to help with harvest.
Yeah, it's usually a lot of fun. There's a lot of learning, a lot of questions, yeah, a lot of goofing around too, but that's a part of it. When they actually raise it themselves, they have a buy-in on that, and they really do use the food better when they are there helping produce it. Even in this rural community, I think a lot of them don't really understand where food comes from. And when they're here seeing what's done, well, how it's grown, how it's harvested, and how it's produced so that it's ready to go to the cafeteria, I think they get a whole new perspective on how food gets on their plate.
Today we delivered some produce to Litchfield Public Schools that we donated the food to.
Thank you, sir.
It makes me feel great because I know the work that I put in can be donated to a school to feed other kids, and for me, I get some of the donations from the schools, and it always is good food to eat.
With the farm to school thing, we kind of have two different types of donations. We work with the greenhouse for the salad bar, but we also have beef donors and pork donors, local community members. So not only do we get fresh fruits and vegetables from our greenhouse, but also beef from our local farmers. You've seen the pictures of the salad bar, seen the freshness that we get from the greenhouse. It encourages the kids to eat that way, and also pride in our community that we're feeding our own kids.